Good morning, everyone. It's already Ash Wednesday. Can you believe that? Now, I don't know about you, but it seems to me like last year Lent never ended. I mean, the pandemic kind of changed everything. And whatever Lenten sacrifice, Lenten observance we had last year sort of took on a whole new meaning when everything shut down. And so here we are again at the beginning of Lent. We begin another season of Lent, and it kind of makes me ask the question, well, okay, so if Lent never ended last year, what's going on now, right? But Lent did end, right? I mean, it concluded with Easter, of course, which is a season of great joy. But what's Lent about? It makes me wonder, what's this all about, right? So the three pillars of Lent, Jesus talked about it in the gospel we just heard: prayer, almsgiving, and fasting, right? Now, for me, I always associate Lent with what? With giving something up, right? What are you giving up for Lent this year? What are you giving up for Lent, right? Maybe it's something I really like. When I was a little kid, I'd give up teasing my sister. I'm going to give up being mean to my sister this year. But that was unrealistic. I could never do that, right? So you want to give up something that you like. But then again, what's the point of that? Why? Maybe I want to pray more. It's prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. So what does that mean? I'm going to pray more. But again, what's the point? Why? Maybe I'm going to almsgiving. What is? I was checked. I'm looking for alms that I can give, right? So almsgiving might be helping others. Might be maybe making an extra donation to the church. But again, what's the point? Why? Why are we doing all of this? Right? Lent is about relationship. It's about a relationship with God. That's the point. We recognize our sinfulness, right? And sinfulness damages a relationship with God, right? It all started, in the last weeks or so, we've heard from Genesis, the creation stories, heard about Adam and Eve. Actually, I think yesterday we didn't finish the rest of the story, right? Adam and Eve broke that relationship with God, right? God gave them the Garden of Eden. They could do whatever they want, anything you want. They had this perfect relationship with God, perfect union with God. And God gave them one rule: don't eat from that tree over there, right? And what did they do? They broke the one rule. And in doing so, they broke that perfect union with God. And so then all of us live with that legacy, that we strive to renew that perfect union with God, but we're sinful human beings, right? And so we do things that can damage that relationship. And so in Lent, we want to kind of focus more on that relationship. How can I mend that relationship? How can I grow closer to God? That's what Lent is about. As we prepare to celebrate on Easter Sunday, God, the incarnation, God coming here to save us because of that original sin. That's why we needed Jesus to come, and that's why we need him to come back at some point, right? To truly bring us back into that total, complete union. And so Lent is about relationship. I'm going to give something up this year. I'm going to add some prayer, and I'm going to give alms a little bit more. So I've got a three-pronged approach for my own spiritual practice. But the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to really focus on some of the relationships that I have the most, my relationship with my wife, my relationship with my children are probably the most important relationships to me. When we think about our relationship with God, they can be reflected, it's reflected in our relationship with others, right? If I say I love God and I'm not loving to others, we have a problem there, right? And so God, we are all made in the image and likeness of God, and so our relationship with God can be reflected in our relationship with others. And so that's one of the things I'm going to really focus on this Lent, is my relationship with others, particularly those, my wife and my children, who are the most important relationships in my life. So if I can improve that relationship, I will improve my relationship with God. And I'll do the other things too. I'll sacrifice. I'll pray more. I'll give alms. And I hope that through that whole process of Lent, I'm not going to be gloomy, right? Jesus says, don't be gloomy. Be joyful. And work on that relationship with God.